Hi everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk you through my YouTuber or just a bullet journal. If you've looking to get into doing a bullet journal, then carry on watching, and if you've not heard of it, then carry on watching too, and I hope you will find this really informative for you if you're going to start one. Okay, let's get on with the video. So I have the Lechtman 1917 version. Now I have been doing the bullet journal for over a year now, and I picked the grey one just because I like grey. Now it has, at the beginning I can show you, that it has your name, which is quite obvious, my own, and then it goes straight in to the contents table. Now every page is numbered here at the bottom right hand corner, and in that bottom here it has sorry, at the top it has, you can write down the page and the topic and the subject that you've done. So this is, for me, I find this a really good kind of, right, where did I put, for example, my business ideas, that's on page 22, and then I'll scroll down to page 22. The next, so that gives you a couple of pages. Now the next page I did was a key. Now I will link below, I'll put out a disclaimer actually first to say that my bullet journal is not at all pretty in any shape or form. Mine is functional and super organized, and it works for me. So if you want pretty, and some people do some really beautiful artistry on their bullet journals, then I'll link people below like Alice Red, Becca Rose, I'll try them anymore. I will link them below, and you can look at some really pretty pictures of how they've started their bullet journal. But for mine's just super functional. So I put a key at the beginning, and then you're meant to do like symbols of what these shapes mean. As you can see, I never did anything after that. So for me, going forward into 2018, I won't be doing that again because it's just useless. I also did like a future log, and I split the days, the months, sorry, into sections, and then I would put what was going on in those months. So as you can see, when I got to June, I kind of stopped doing it and didn't do anything past that. So for me, I felt that was a waste of time, and I won't be doing that again. And then goals for 2017, I wrote nothing. And believe me, I did achieve some really cool goals in 2017, but I just never wrote them down. So that's another thing, I'm just not going to bother writing them down in the next one. Now, this is the stats tracker. Now, I don't care if people see my numbers because I'm only a hobbyist YouTuber. This isn't my job, so I'm not bothered about that. But if you are into blog writing or a YouTuber, then you might find this really helpful to track your stats. So I list down the bottom, along the side, sorry, from January to December, and then I put YouTube subscribers, YouTube views, Twitter followers, Facebook followers, Instagram followers, blog posts views, and then blog posts that'll be unique visitors along the top. So as you can see, well, after April, I just got bored of it and just didn't bother anymore. This year, I'm not going to do it again because, like you can see, I just got bored of it, and I'm not really bothered about the numbers. I know everyone says that, and you do get times when you're like, oh, why is it not growing? And it's nice to see that growth, but at the end of the day, I'm not bothered about that. So I'm not going to bother with this year. Now this is a part that I will bother for this year going forward into 2018. Now this is my content calendar. So what I did is January content, and then February and March and April, and carried on like that. Listed all the dates down the bottom on the left hand side, and then I put this would be for blogs, so it'd be the photos, text, links, and then scheduled, and then the top then for YouTube videos would be filmed, edited, text, info box, and then scheduled. And I would then put all my ideas for what I wanted. As you can see, March was a very messy month, and as you can see, it's organized mess, but you can see as I go through the months of the year of kind of my thought process and what I'd put in. I find this really helpful, and I constantly go back and forth looking at this. Then I've done like a video idea. So when I'm gonna put something, I always kind of underline it at the very top, and then you'd go back to your, so you look at the page number, say number 19, you go back to your contents, and number 19 says video ideas, and that's how you would write it going along. So you can always go back and forth. I then started to do like a day-to-day schedule, and I would list from Sunday to Sunday all the things that I needed to accomplish in that week. Didn't like that, didn't work for me. As you can see, when I start going along, you'll see how I changed that schedule into something a bit different. Outfit ideas, business ideas, financial ideas. Then I started doing it like this in my weekly schedule. Just divide it into 6 and put the days and then all the things that I needed to do each day. Yeah, that was okay. Didn't mind that, did that a little bit more. And as you can see, as we go along, these are all things to do with work that I have to kind of achieve and sort out. Let's skim through that. Then I'm just trying to find, right, so then I started getting a little bit more creative and did like a week schedule. Whoa, look at that writing, quite gnarly. But I tried it this way instead. I didn't like that either. Outstanding jobs list that need to be done, stuff from the home. Notes that I'd taken at a convention I went to, more video ideas that I had going through it. So you can see with a bullet journal, it's really what you want to do and what you want to get out of it that helps organise your life. Now some people actually might write their thoughts and their feelings. This is more, I'm trying to find something that's completely different when I started getting to a bit of a different weekly schedule. Let me just see if I can find that. Okay, I tried to be a bit more fancy there. As you can see, that just didn't work for me. I'm just not that fancy, really. More video kind of ideas and thoughts about that. So, you know, just skimming through it, you can see how I've set up and how I've changed things. Don't be frightened to change things as you go along. That works for you. Now I finally found really that weekly schedule is much better for me, and I write all the days down and I write everything that needs to be accomplished on each day, and this way of doing it works better for me personally. Then oh yeah, here we go, look, this is where I started getting super organized with my weekly schedule planner, the dates that it runs from and to. And what I do is I did like because I'm a housewife as well, I've got house things to do, so I would write on here, and you know, it could be children's appointments that I've got to go to, their clinics that they go to, after school activities that they do. I write them all down here for each day, and then on the other right hand side I do what I have to do for work, and YouTube videos, blog posts, clients that I'm going to be doing, preparation that I have to do for makeup, lessons, and if someone's having a look for that night they needed doing. So they're all kind of preparations. More notes, or more finance, lots of finance. We like to plan our finance out here, and that's kind of how I do things now. So what I've done is I've still like got all that left to do. I'm not going to start a new one. I'm going to finish this and go on to another one, just because I just hate wasting paper. So I am going, it's all like, look, bit of food prep there, that's nice. So I would have liked to have made this a little bit more razzmatazz and jazzed it up a bit more, but that's what we're just going with for now. And this is how I've laid out my content for January, February, March. I'm writing my YouTube videos in pink. I've tried to do a different colour this time, and my blog posts in like a blue. So I'm not, as you can see, this is a work in progress. I've just started doing it, so I'm going to finish that off, and then after that I'm just going to be doing my weekly schedules and put anything in there. So that is how I do a bullet journal. I really like the Lectureman. I know there's other brands out there, I will link them below, but this one worked for me. I don't like the dots. I just wanted plain blank pages, so I had kind of the flexibility to draw lines how I wanted it to be and to look. Hope you enjoyed this video and you found it helpful, and I will see you next week. Bye!